Hello there, welcome everybody. It's Don here once more with another clever little magic trick for you to have a go at making. A little later in the video we'll see how it's done and what you need to do to make it. So we've got a little box with a lid, and inside we've got 3 die like so. And if we take one of the die out, you can see that it's just an ordinary solid die like so. And if we put it back in the box, like so, there we go, put the lid back on. Were we to give it a bit of a shuffle like that, and a click of the fingers like so, and take the top off, and the die has completely disappeared. No trace of the solid die. No trapdoors, not in the lid. Okay, there we go. Very impressive, I think you'll agree. Okay, so let's get on with the video then, see how it's done, what you need to do to make it, all the materials you need. In the meantime, if you don't mind, please subscribe and like the channel, and everybody will be happy. Okay, let's get on with the video then and see what we have to do. So I'm going to need 3 die and a box. But I need to make the first die first before I know the size of the box, and I have to do that before I know the size of the other 2 die. So if I do the first die first, and I want my die to be 1.5 inches in all dimensions, which is about 4 centimeters, 1.5 inches, 4 centimeters. So the top and the bottom are going to be 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches, but the sides are going to be quite narrow because I'm going to make the die in 2 parts. So this is going to be on there and on there, and then the 2 will go together, and all of those dimensions will add up to 4 centimeters or 1.5 inches. So I've made the frame and put the bottom on. Now for the top, I've inset 2 magnets, 2 6mm magnets. Put paper on the back, and I shall now put paper on this side so that it encapsulates the magnets. Stick them on there, do the same with the other one, and I will be able to stick the 2 halves together by magnets. And I've put them diagonally so that if I turn the die like that, then they won't stick, which is what we want. Okay, so like that, it will be one die, and turn it, and I'll be able to separate the 2 parts. Okay, so I'll assemble this first die and complete it completely, and then I can go on to make the box and then the other 2 die. Okay, I hope you're following all this. I'll be back in just one moment and we'll see what this die looks like. So I've made up my die, and it's in 2 halves like so. I shall cover it and make it look more like a die later. Then, because I'd got the size of the die, then I was able to make the box that it needs to fit into. That will go in there like that. And the premise of the trick is that the bottom slides underneath that shelf, and then the top drops down, and then you can slide the second piece down. But we need 2 more dice, or 2 more die, 2 dice, dices in this section of the box. And of course you can't have a full size die, so it's going to have to be just the top part, so that when all 3 are in like that, it looks as though there are 3 die in the box, 3 dice. So we can take that out, show that that is a full-size die. And if you remember, I put 2 magnets in the in either side. It doesn't work like with 2, because I've got to twist the die like that so that the bottom falls freely underneath these 2 die, and it doesn't work with 2. I've had to take one of the die, one of the magnets out. So there's only one magnet on each corner. Where is it? There. Like that. I'll just have to be careful when I'm showing the die that it doesn't go too much out of shape. But when I put it into the box, I've got to twist it quickly like that, so that there is no magnetism there for the trick to work, basically. And then I made a top. So after all that, we've just got the 3 die and the top like that. So obviously just plain cardboard doesn't look very pretty. So I'll get it all sprayed up, painted up, all the dots on the die that we need. And we'll see what it's like when it's completed. And then I can demonstrate it once more. Okay, so I'll be back in just one moment. Okay, so completed the whole trick now. Sprayed the whole thing black inside and out, and then put this pretty design on the side, make it look a little bit more professional. And then we've got the 3 dice inside. These now are fixed. I've glued those in place for ease of operation, and we can still move the die around, and it's only this one that will move, and then we can pretend to hold these in place and take that die out, and we can move this die around at will and show all around the die that it's perfectly okay, nothing untoward about this solid die. Whereas in fact, and I've changed the design yet again, one does that as one goes along. One finds that you need to change things around. Whereas I originally had 2 diagonal magnets, that didn't work. Then I went down to 1 magnet, that didn't work either. So I've just got 2 magnets now, just off center. So one about there, and the same in this side. So when they come together, they stick together quite nicely now as one unit. The only problem is now that I've got to turn it twice. That way we still have those 2 will still magnetize. But if I turn it again, then we're clear of the magnets completely now. So that is not magnetized, which is what we want. Okay, so now if we put that in the box, if I can see, like that, and we put our lid on, what would happen in the box is a quick shuffle like that. The lower part goes under the 4, and then that goes again. So a couple of shuffles like that, and the die has disappeared. And also we can show the 2 on the side of this die. That's 1 dot of the of the upper level, and that's already there from this die. So if we look into the box, it will look like that being a solid die next to that one. But the die has disappeared completely. Okay, and not in the lid or anywhere. And that's the trick. Okay, I think that's a pretty neat little trick, actually. It took a lot of alterations as I went along. The principle of the how the trick works is as I've shown, but as I made it, I had to make various alterations. But we got there in the end, and I think that's a pretty good result. So if you do make your own, I wish you the best of luck. Bit fiddly. But anyway, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoy these videos. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so, and you will be informed when new videos come along, of which there have been something like 103 now, and there will probably be another 100 coming up in the next few months. So please keep watching, please keep subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video, and until then, it's bye for now.